Welcome to Split the Difference. We've had a hell of an opening, haven't we? Jesus Christ.
We get us in the same room and we just start chopping the shit.
Yeah.
I'm for once left a little speechless.
Yeah, we were talking about Madam Web for about 5 minutes because these two guys over here love to torture themselves.
It's fun, man. I don't know what to say.
I agree. Godspeed, that's his best movie ever.
Patreon only film rescue of Madam Web coming soon. Yeah, Hope is bowing out of it because Hope values her sanity.
I do. I run a mental health podcast. I can't run it if I go insane.
Yeah.
It would be off-brand to do that to yourself.
Off-brand. Don't do
We're
it.
about self-care, not self-torture.
Right.
Yeah. But anyways, we're here to talk about something that I actually really, really like. We're here to talk about Roadhouse, the original film.
Roadhouse!
The original film from 1989, directed by Rowdy Harrington. That's literally the guy's name. That's his name. Perfect name. Versus the released this year, 2024 remake, directed by Doug Liman. Yeah. Kind of.
Baby. Hey, he was there for some of it.
Doug Liman over the years has been revealed as being not a very good director. Like every single of his movies, there's been another filmmaker that's come in to try to fix his crap.
He's trying to make a name for himself, okay? Everyone has a brand.
How many times has Tony Gilroy had to carry his ass to the finish line? Like 3 times now?
Listen, some of the shots in Roadhouse remake better than Roadhouse 1. Because Roadhouse 1 piece of shit.
It's couches versus chairs. White shirts versus black
White
shirts.
shirts versus black, yes.
Like, you see what it says on my shirt? I will give you one if you...
That's for the OnlyFans.
I'm a
We
veteran,
saved that.
and I'm a veteran, so yeah.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
He says that as he stares at me.
Where were you when the creek fell, you fuck?
I'm
Playing Final Fantasy.
We wouldn't have lost the fucking thing if it wasn't for your ass not showing
That's
up.
right. It all hinged on Mike being there.
Me, the guy who's level 9.
It
I
was,
love the fact I've been here for an hour and a half, and Mike just now noticed the shirt.
Oh, I saw it the whole time, and I went, oh yeah, I forgot that game.
you're a survivor. Well, set up the athletes today. Who do we have?
Who do we have to compare? Oh, well, this original film, Patrick Swayze. I mean, versus Jake Gyllenhaal. I think the big thing between these two is just the tone of the two.
Yeah, and I think that's why both movies,
Because they're basically almost moment-for-moment remakes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because I mean, well, okay, so the remake does a better job of explaining what it's based on. The book that she mentions is the direct inspiration for Roadhouse.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so that was what inspired the original, and of course this one. So that the new one was paying homage to the original material by saying he should read that book, because that's kind of the reason why Roadhouse exists. And I was like, oh, that's real tongue in cheek. It actually showed like they knew what the hell they were doing.
Yeah.
Some of these remakes, I think they maybe watched the movie once and like, all right, what the fuck did we just watch? Let's try and do that again. And they fucking mess it all up. This one actually feels like they gave a shit. That's why it's hard to like hate it.
It's earnest. It's
Yeah.
definitely earnest.
But I will say, Hope did point out that it's in the Florida Keys, and it's not really the best location for the movie.
Yeah.
Point out the reason why.
So, first off, the Florida Keys are just these tiny little ass islands. There's maybe like, if there's at any point, let's say like 500 people on the island, only like 100 of them actually live there.
Oh wow.
So like they're
I'm gonna blow your bubble. I was cast as an extra in this movie, but I couldn't make it because I couldn't take off the work. They weren't shooting in the Keys.
no, they
It was
weren't.
Dominican
It
Republic.
was the Dominican
Yeah.
Republic.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, which not an argument for.
Is that a better setting for us?
Yes.
It's better for
Yeah.
for the country itself because they're getting a bunch of money just for letting them do it. So it can be good because it can bring
Okay.
fans of it. So it can bring in tourism too. And the movie was seen over 80 million times on Amazon, according to Amazon. So
According to Amazon.
so people might be going to Dominican Republic this year. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
honestly, if they just did it in the Dominican Republic,
I think it would be cooler.
it would have been a
Yeah.
lot better. Because like in the Florida Keys, it's like there's no crime, and if it is, it's because of tourists. Like there's never this big feud.
If you think about it, they all were tourists. Dalton
Yeah.
brought the heat, but the heat was also from a guy who's never lived there and is trying to
Right.
build on it. So in a sense, it kind of did that. His
Right.
dad grew up there, but his dad wasn't dealing in Glass Key. His stupid son is trying to build a fucking hotel property in this place. What a dumb idea for the keys to be
Yeah,
Why did you build a hotel there?
That's another
Right.
thing. Like that makes no sense.
They're not getting
It's
insured.
literally harness how incompetent this moron is.
It's a hurricane/flood zone. Like
This is a
the
big-ass
insurance on that
building.
alone would bankrupt you.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
It was bad. I was like, yeah, I think that they're trying to tell me you're an incompetent, pretentious dumbass. And then, I mean, he was incompetent.
Well cast though. I love
Oh
that.
god,
Yeah.
he's so good in those roles.
He plays the best worst douche ever.
Yeah, he does. He plays a good douche. And
Yeah.
then
Was his name Bill Magnuson? Is his
Bill
name?
Magnuson.
Yeah.
Yes. Or Billy Magnuson.
Whatever.
Billy.
Whatever. He's fucking always funny. He's
mastered the
underappreciated.
look of the crazy eyes.
Yes, he
Like,
does.
That's the one thing. You either have it or you don't, but you can't like imitate it, and he imitates it.
Yeah, he does. You're like, oh yeah, sure. You're probably a giant fucking sweetheart in real life.
Yeah.
But God, you're good at being a douchebag.
I loved him in Game Night. He's just
Yeah.
no thoughts.
Yeah, we were talking
no
about that.
fucking thoughts.
Yeah.
God, he's just. I'm gonna go watch Game Night now. I love Game Night.
Best thing when I
Oh,
tried
yeah.
to dig out the bullet.
So good.
All right, so let's get this out of the way. I prefer the original. I think you did too.
Tell us why.
Well, you first.
Well, number one, it's 60% fights, and it's ridiculous and stupid, and it's hilarious. You can smell the cigarettes and beer and sweat in the original movie.
I love that movie.
There's
though.
so much personality to the original film. The remake, it doesn't. Also, it's. They call it a roadhouse. It's not really a roadhouse. That's another thing that's annoying to me. Like it's a bar that's just on a. It's a tiki bar. That's what it is. It's
Yeah.
on a beach. It's
It's
not
on
a
the
roadhouse.
road.
It's on a road and it's a house.
I
Like
think-
fuck
I know.
off.
I hated that shit.
It's so stupid.
I kind of liked the jab at like millennial post irony. Like they named it Roadhouse, and it's like a
It's tongue in cheek.
because
Yeah.
all the
Oh,
people
but-
that work there are really young. Like they
Yeah.
they go out of their way
Yeah.
to like show you how young everyone is that's working there. So I was reading it as like a jab at millennial humor of like.
Yeah.
Because look at your DoorDash right now, and like the naming schemes are fucking stupid as fuck.
Yeah.
Like it's all like ironic puns and shit.
Yeah.
But no, I hear you. I really like the original. Feels like a movie that's double feature would be paired well with a can of baked beans.
Yes. Yep.
You know what I mean? Like instead of getting two movies, you get Roadhouse and a can of baked beans, and like that is your night. That's like I'm
conversation.
I'm thinking of Brad Pitt. in
Protein
Once
in
Upon a
them
Time in
baked beans.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
He's just like gonna watch TV and eat his beans.
There's protein in there.
Roadhouse is playing on the
I'm
television.
talking about.
Well,
That's
this,
a good
this
night.
you guys know the story about TNT. Whenever they would have a dip in their ratings, what they would do is they would do a 24-hour marathon of Roadhouse,
Watch the fuck out of
and
that
it
24-hour
would
marathon.
just spike
Yeah.
the ratings.
So
You're
this
right.
is this
People
is
would
a,
watch it on a loop.
There was a day that's what I had on. I just watched the original all the fucking time.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, I've watched that original. That's why I'm like,
I'm understanding why you don't like it as much now. You may have overexposed
You
yourself.
overexposed it.
I love. No, I rewatched both. I've watched the original Roadhouse probably like 500 times, and I've watched the new one 6 times. 6 times
Okay.
already.
Wow. Okay.
All right.
And I feel like I could if the new Roadhouse came out in the time where cable TV was a thing and that some bitch was on, I'd do the same thing I did with the original.
Oh, I
And
could
saying
I could see the remake being on TNT now.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
that
yeah.
is like exactly still their brand.
But it's
100%.
it's the way it stimulates, and I think that the tongue-in-cheek humor they were really. It felt like the new Roadhouse understood what Roadhouse was trying to say more than the original did at times, and they were so intelligent and eloquent about their approach to it to not insult it and also respect it that it's hard to not love the remake because you can see that whoever wrote this script.
How do we get back to the remake? They were telling us what they liked about the original.
Yeah.
This show's about me, motherfucker.
I'm shifting gears hard here.
Yeah, like
I was wondering when y'all would catch on because I'm like, he.
I'm pushing my
totally
agenda.
yeah, I know you're trying to convince me, but the remake doesn't have the line "I used to fuck guys like you in prison," so it doesn't have that line.
I don't know.
The 80s were a frightening time.
I like the gun.
Boy, I miss the '80s.
They have the gun conversation. The gun one's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's in your waistband. He's just like so over the fact that he has to deal with this dude.
I was pointing out as we were watching, I was like, this is totally like what Jack Reacher is. Like the first season of Reacher,
Oh, yeah.
it's just Roadhouse.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
straight up just Roadhouse. That's all it is.
yeah.
The book even feels like it just rolls into town.
I love the kung fu movie flavor throughout. Like it's just every.
That was Swayze's idea.
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
Swayze was a
Oh,
martial
yeah.
artist. He
Interesting.
studied martial arts.
Okay.
Swayze was when he was really, 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 really big into it too. 'Cause
Oh,
he was
yeah.
like 88, right? And
Yeah.
so he was like at the peak of his love for that. And so he was probably like, I got a great idea for this guy. You know, he's got like I bet you, Swayze built this incredible backstory that made the martial arts make sense.
Oh, I
I love
Yeah.
it.
He was like the action guy of the 80s, and then I think it was the 90s when Ghost came out. Then he became like an actor's
I
actor.
think Patrick Swayze. If we go back to the original thing where we talk about leads, Patrick Swayze versus Jake Gyllenhaal, Patrick Swayze wins. Jake
Oh my
Gyllenhaal,
God.
Jake
No.
Gyllenhaal
1000%.
is
Oozing
great.
charisma.
He's
at-
good.
at being kind of like Patrick Swayze did the same shit. So those two actors that makes sense together. Swayze, that's fucking.
He's
Patrick
suave and he's
Swayze.
cool. You
That's
know?
Like-
Swayze magic.
All I have to say is that, and anybody listens, like he's fucking right. Like I mean, Ghost, Dirty Dancing, Roadhouse. Name me something that he wasn't the coolest motherfucker.
just
in.
oozing.
Yeah.
Even the one where he's in drag, what was it? Tu Wong Fu. Thanks.
Tu
to
Wong Fu.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
He could be anything. He was funny at times. He wanted to be in a lot of comedies, and
Yeah,
his
I
agent
loved
wouldn't
when
let
he
him.
was on SNL
Yeah.
and like him and
Oh.
Chris Farley.
Chippendales
The Chippendales bit.
That's
Oh,
right.
God.
That's right.
I mean, that
Swayze
bit's
is
funny because of Chris
awesome.
Farley when he's yeah.
Right, but the fact that it was great.
Yeah.
He could tell he loves comedy and he
Yes.
just wants to like be enthralled in it.
You
Yeah.
can tell his agent, like if Patrick Swayze was around today, his agent would be like, "Go comedy, Go.
Yeah.
you fucking kill it at it." And I think that it's a shame because Patrick Swayze, I personally probably one of the most complete actors of the '80s. The guy could do it all and be it all. Like
Yeah.
I can be the cool badass, and I can take anybody's bitch I want.
Yeah.
I can be suave love. I can be in love. I can be a player. I can do it all. Like he is just so adaptable in a
Yeah.
time where masculinity was defined about being tough. And this dude was like, well, I can do that. I can also be a gentle, loving man. And so it was like Patrick Swayze was changing minds about what the definition
yeah.
of man
Yeah.
was, I think, too.
Yeah.
And so I'm sorry,
Plus
Jake.
the hair, just
Yeah.
like that
I
was
know.
not a style
Yeah.
back then, and he was like,
It-
"Fuck it, I have great hair. I'm
fucking
gonna go with
crushed
it."
That man could crush a mullet like
Yep.
nobody else.
That man was. I'm sorry, it's Patrick Swayze on that one.
Speaking of heartthrobs in this movie, Sam Elliott
Oh, yeah.
put me in a fucking headlock. Holy shit.
Isn't he
Okay,
sexy as fuck in that movie?
I folded. Like, first thing he pops on screen, I was like, oh, what? This is him in the
He
80s?
looks so good.
Yeah, didn't you make the comment that he's one of those guys that always just seemed like he was old?
Well, cause
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I was like, it's
He's
like,
like
him,
50.
Steve Martin,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
those
They've
are like
always had that old.
I said John Carpenter because he's always looked like the Crypt Keeper.
Well, I think that's his response. But yeah, he does.
Smokes so many
Smokes
cigarettes.
too
Right.
much. He needs to calm down. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Sam Elliott, I love the. I don't really think there was a secondary for.
there wasn't, and that's what like the whole entire time I was watching, I was like,
We were waiting for-
where's
yeah.
the Wade? Where's the Wade Garrett
They
character?
mention him. They mention him in the opening. They're like, yeah, you want Wade, and it's like that's it.
Yeah,
they
I'm wondering
never bring him in.
If he was supposed to be in it, and maybe Post Malone, because it was Post Malone. If Post Malone just couldn't stay around, because why would you cast Post fucking Malone?
At the very beginning
Yeah.
for like a minute.
yeah,
And so I'm wondering if it's because this movie is purposely meant to not be just one.
Yeah, like
I
they
mean-
planned on sequels.
Maybe they planned on sequels depending on stuff. I don't know. We don't know yet.
well, it was supposed to get a theatrical release, and that didn't happen. But-
And Amazon,
Yeah.
Amazon
they
really
fucked
fucked
that.
him
do
over.
that.
Yeah, it was originally supposed to have a theatrical release, and then they thought it wouldn't do well, and they just said, "No, we're just going to dump it on streaming." And it's like, but it did well on streaming. It did well enough to
yeah.
get a
It
sequel.
easily was profitable. I mean, you don't get a movie decision like that quickly unless that some bitch made back its money and then some that quickly.
Yeah.
So I think that Amazon was happy with.
They also pulled, and this is, I'm going to clip this because this is going to get people fucking hot under the collar.
Oh God.
Conor McGregor is the Taylor Swift of the MMA world.
Yeah,
And that move, it did well because he has
bad.
very, very solid fans. He has very, very, like,
well, I mean, we're
addicted-
getting Taylor Swift in another movie this year in Deadpool. Apparently, she's playing Dazzler, so you know,
Oh, my
That fits.
God.
That's. I think I told you. I was like, yeah,
it makes
perfect
sense.
casting.
Yeah,
Perfect
it's perfect
fucking casting
casting.
for
It
Dazzler.
makes perfect sense.
as somebody who watched Conor McGregor a lot because I liked UFC.
Yes, me too. I'm a UFC
I
head.
fucking enjoyed Conor McGregor as a fighter too. Because he was what was a lot of times missing in the MMA world, which was a character.
Yeah. A little
And
theatricality.
He's like a wrestler that somehow made it over to UFC.
Yeah, he absolutely, and there's a lot of that in boxing, and that's what kind of made Muhammad Ali made boxing even bigger than what it was.
He was a
Oh, yeah.
personality.
Because
Yeah.
it was a
Yeah.
personality, and sometimes all it takes is one personality, Caitlin Clark, to change your entire sport, WNBA. And when that kind of happens, go Fever. When that happens, though, it starts to really show the increase. I forgot the fuck I was talking about.
Conor McGregor.
Yeah, and so Conor kind of led to better personalities coming in, better fighters. So, and that's why UFC has exploded the way it has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
If there's no secondary like a Sam Elliott type in the remake, then you have to have a good villain.
Yeah, and that's
Who do we
that's
cast?
it.
Who would he throw in with Jake Gyllenhaal to be his
Conor
Sam
back.
Elliott?
Just-
Bring him back. Conor's not dead.
Yeah, we got
No,
to the end of the
he's
movie.
not dead,
We got
yeah.
to the end of the movie, and she went to take a shower, and then because the end of the movie, you think, oh, he's dead, and you were surprised, and it was like, oh no, he's dead, and then
Well,
the post credit
here's
scene.
the thing, because I originally said there's no way they can kill him
Yeah.
because he wouldn't sign a contract, and so
But the bar fight happens, and then we're like, oh, I
right,
guess he
and
did die.
they were like,
Oh.
they actually went with him dying. What?
And then you left mid credits to go get a shower.
Yeah, because from the beginning I was like, there's no way he can die in this movie. Like, there's no way he would sign a contract like that. I was like, there's no way. And then that happened, and then he told
I
me,
screamed from the bedroom. He didn't die.
and then I was like, I fucking called him, motherfucker.
Yeah,
I want him back. I want him. He's
I want
he-
him to
Oh,
be a
he's
shadow.
absolutely coming back. Of course he is.
No, like I had to explain to Jesse a lot of the things because he doesn't really follow UFC and doesn't
Not
know
my
Conor McGregor, and he was like, "Why does he look like that? Why does he walk like that?" I'm like, "That's his like ring walk up
That
walk.
is
like,
absolutely his
that
ring
is
walk.
that's
God.
And I would so like there's these little nuances that I had to explain. He's
Yeah.
like, "Okay, well that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, well that makes sense." And I'm like, "That's the only downfall is if you and I, we know UFC, so we instantly get
Yeah.
it. But if someone doesn't really follow that, they're gonna be like, "Who is this joke?" Like, it's like you don't understand that is like the Conor McGregor character.
Yep.
So it's good for us and bad for people who don't know.
he was channeling the spirit of Yosemite Sam, and
Yeah.
I really just enjoy that.
The original's villain is so fucking garbage.
Oh yeah.
This
Yeah.
He's
oh
yeah.
my
80s
Are you
are
talking,
like,
about Ben Gazzara, or are you talking about the henchman that gets his throat ripped out?
yes, all of it. All of it.
But they're all just there to get their asses kicked. That's the big thing about the original is that
they're
there's
all bonanza villains.
They are.
That's what they are. I like no disrespect. But as we pointed out, this is a cowboy story. It makes sense.
Yeah.
That my impression of all of them was like, damn, they really had to make them like aggressively nasty
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
otherwise they're just like the bonanza
they're-
villain
yeah.
of the day.
They're just there to be there. Yeah.
This evil businessman has a
Yeah.
plan, and Paul Cartwright's got to outsmart him, and then the kid's got to get in a scrap later.
I am happy that unlike a lot of like action films like this from the 80s, nobody got raped. Thank
Oh,
fucking
God,
God.
right?
That was a common thing.
They were
yeah.
trying to. Everyone was biting.
there
at
was
the
there was implications. Sometimes they were going to try to lean to that, and they never did. Thank God.
Hey, yo, guys, what if we just don't do that?
What?
Oh my God.
You know what year it is? It's gonna kill us at the box office.
Shocking.
Are you saying I should put that in there?
They still have boobs in there. They still have all the
Absolutely,
striptease scenes. Which is one thing that it is they do sanitize the remake a bit, but obviously they did.
That's fine.
Dude,
That's fine.
Movies now are kind of sexless. Just
It
in
is. It is
general.
kind of
No,
devoid
so
of
well,
it's
sex.
kind of like a theme now.
Well, the funny thing is that came out. There was a study that came out that said that
Current generation doesn't like sex in
current
movies,
generation doesn't like sex scenes.
which is weird.
And then another report a few
And yet
weeks
we make
ago-
all the grossest sex jokes of all time in meme
well,
form.
The funny thing is, then another report came out that said sex is down in TV shows and movies.
I don't doubt
so
it.
I'm like,
Oh yeah.
It's
think
hard to
the
use
man.
it for something to move the plot forward without being very manipulative.
yeah,
you know?
That's probably why everybody just kind of would watch old movies and be like, "Why is this here?"
Are we just pausing so they can have sex? Can they
Yeah.
skip that, please?
Oh, it's also I think because of all the gross stories about being on set with like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Kevin
yeah.
Spacey stuff. Like,
uncomfortable.
yeah, it makes people uncomfortable knowing like behind the scenes. Like they have to have intimacy coordinators on film sets.
Right.
Yeah, and that's like a very new thing. They only started using intimacy coordinators back in like 2019. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
it
is
long.
Post
Yeah.
Me Too
new,
movement. Yeah.
very, very new. And before then, it's just like, well, if you get my dick, you get my dick. You
Yeah.
know?
Jesus.
Well, I remember there was a story that came about Idris Elba on the set of a movie set. He had to do a sex scene, and shut up. He had to do a sex scene, and he told the person, he's like, "Don't take your socks off." Apparently, big feet guy, and he was trying to set that boundary.
great.
And I was like, and this was before intimacy counselors. So I was
Yeah.
like, that is an uncomfortable conversation he just
Yeah.
had to have with somebody.
Right.
That I know he was just like, please, I'm trying not to lose professional, so let's do that. Like, I think he was setting a boundary. I'm like, this would have been easier if there was somebody there that could have been like,
Like
Yeah.
a mediator to
Yeah.
be
Listen.
like, let me translate what this means.
yeah,
Yeah.
here's the boundaries we're gonna set for this scene, and so it sucks that, like, I remember that story, and then I'm like, intimacy coordinator would have really fucking helped that all out.
Yeah.
Well, and how many stories do you hear about like the women that are hired for those roles in movies get the role because they have to sleep with
Yep.
a man
Yeah.
in power, and then it's like, wow, this.
Their audition is take off your shirt.
Yeah. Well, and like imagine
that was my audition.
the record of you being taken advantage of being in a movie forever.
Yeah.
And
And
that's the problem. It's
Yeah.
it's very skeezy because
Yeah.
you're like, oh man, she's a good actress. Was she in anything? Oh, she left the industry after that. That makes me even more uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
that happened how many times? With,
Yeah. Or look back at like there's people that still active that still do that shit. Like Michael Bay, you know how Megan Fox got the job in first Transformers?
Nope.
The job
how she
was
lost the job?
wash Michael Bay's car, and he's gonna videotape it while she's doing it. And
It-
she plays a 17-year-old in the movie. Anybody else feel uncomfortable?
Yeah.
He never got hit with cancellation.
That wasn't the first time he ran into
That
that,
wasn't
whole
the first time he did
17-year-old
that
thing
either.
in that series.
Yeah, that's also, remember that there is a whole speech in the fifth one about why.
No, it's okay. She's 17, and in this
Oh,
state,
no,
it's fine.
That's the fourth one.
I
That's the
really,
fourth one. That's the fourth one.
we researched this shit.
Sorry, I can't keep track of the number that Michael Bay rationalizes dating underage women.
And by the way, that's not a real law. The thing that they came up with in that movie,
Not a real
that's
law.
not real. It's like
They're
so
really
you
doing
just
law.
tried to justify a crime with a fake law.
So,
Because we were
speaking
involved.
of crimes,
Yeah.
I'm the newest one to the Roadhouse series.
Okay.
So I got to walk into this having no opinions on either one. My introduction to Roadhouse is Family Guy.
Oh my god.
Roadhouse.
So I'm proud of myself for not just repeating that throughout this entire episode.
Roadhouse.
I know how you know.
I know how you know.
I know how you
that
know. What was your introduction to Roadhouse? Was it like the TNT thing? Is that
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
hell yeah?
Like that. I mean,
Did you enjoy it though? That's
It's eye candy.
Yeah, I honestly, because I've always loved it because obviously, you know, I'm very over the top. I love horror and gore, so like it's just hysterical to see all this like over the topness that you normally don't see unless it's horror or
Right.
like.
Yeah.
And then plus, you know, I could be the gayest person on the planet. I still have a crush on Swayze. Like,
Swayze transcends
sense.
gender. I'm sorry.
truly.
yeah.
Like,
He's leaner than I remember too.
he
He's
was
like
my.
He,
Yeah.
but that's a joke in the movie. He's like, I thought you would be bigger. It's like,
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
you know that bi panic. That was Swayze for
that,
me.
yeah, no, absolutely. The 80s bypass.
Yeah.
Well, he was doing like the Bruce Lee thing. He would do a lot of calisthenics. He would
Yeah.
like eat.
So
he would
good.
eat very little. He didn't bulk up very much. He kept himself very lean.
He kept himself very lean. He thought that the lean.
You can really throw yourself around when you're light, though. That is
Yeah.
true.
No,
When you're smaller, you're faster.
Definitely
Yeah.
I miss Swayze.
Yeah, me
I miss
too.
that.
That's
man.
a lot, especially because they would have done this remake regardless.
He would
Yeah.
have been in it.
He would have been in it.
And he would have been excited. He'd be like, I can be Wade. He'd be like, I'd be Sock. I don't give a shit. He would just been like all on board to be.
I could see him
anything.
being a
Yeah.
like old
He would
Wade.
totally fucking do it, and he'd crush it because
Yeah.
he was fucking awesome.
Get notes from Sam Elliott.
Oh my God.
Listen here.
When did he pass? When did he pass?
was like-
2009.
Gee, I want to say it was like
2009, September 14th,
Yeah.
2009.
I had to think. I was like, when did that TV show he was on come out?
That's right.
He was like a bounty hunter. He was really good.
Yeah. But that kind of sucks because the directed DVD sequel came out in 2006,
Yeah.
and they say that his character got shot and died.
Yes.
Off screen. It's
Correct.
like,
Off
really?
screen.
Wow, that's not
Jesus.
insulting.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, also he dodged that bullet. Thank God he did. That movie's a piece of shit.
I bet.
Yeah.
We're not talking about that one.
no,
Yeah,
no.
no endorsement for the direct to DVD sequel.
I asked Seth. I went, "Which one are we watching?" I was like, "Remake would be better."
Yeah, we're not
I
talking
don't want to
about
watch
this.
two. That thing is bad. You know they were gonna make one with Ronda Rousey.
Yeah,
I
that was
believe it.
the they were pushing for that for a while,
Yeah.
a long time ago. Thank
How's
God
that?
that didn't happen.
Dodged that bullet, didn't we?
Damn. And I feel like the backup would have been like Gina Carano, so it's like
Oh,
it
it's
just
even
doesn't get
worse.
better.
Oh,
Those are
that's
terrible
worse.
people.
Oh, no.
Awful people.
God.
That's what we'll put Taylor Swift in. She can be the next Dalton.
Oh, I'm in. I'd watch that.
We can bulk her up. Sure, why not?
We can get her buff. That movie will make $30 billion.
Yeah, exactly.
Taylor
Just-
Swift
it-
fans
it's
look
just-
The
out.
Swifties
Crush.
unite. It's like it could be anything. The Swifties will fucking just.
Dude, that's
over-
why everyone's like, "You think Deadpool 3 is gonna do well?" I was like, "If Taylor Swift is on this
Yeah,
thing,
she's-
yes."
she's-
Just
yes.
Swifties who don't even know what Deadpool is are gonna be like, oh my God,
Like, if you look at the Chiefs merchandise increase, they were already selling well, but then because of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, their stuff was boom. I was like, "Holy
So-
shit!"
This is a total rabbit trail, but while we're on Deadpool,
Yeah, Deadpool.
I don't know if y'all know, but Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney are
Yes.
like
McElhenney.
BFFs right
Yeah.
now.
yeah,
Of course they are. They just got promoted to League One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they're doing a Deadpool and Wolverine movie,
Yeah.
and Ryan Reynolds is known for really knowing his memes.
Yes.
And now he has direct access to Danny DeVito. What are the chances we get a Danny DeVito Wolverine in Dead? And if I'm calling this on this episode here in the year of our Lord, May the 18th,
Maybe.
I am owed money. I am owed compensation. If I called this shit,
Subscribe to the Patreon.
that's right. That's right. Hit subscribe right now.
The Deadpool dog is in there. The dog is in
I
there.
heard Daniel Radcliffe is a Wolverine and what?
I heard rumors that Henry Cavill will show
I
up.
heard
that
Cavill was
Henry
in
Cavill,
this. Yeah, I've heard some insane.
It's just every single one that you can think of.
Yeah.
Every meme you can think of. That's all the movie is.
I'm so into that. Like,
Dude, if it even just a mention,
Yeah.
and I will click the
see
fuck
that.
out
What's
of
his
this.
name? Giancarlo Esposito says he's actually cast in some Marvel property. He hasn't said what though.
Ooh.
Everyone wants him to be.
Gosling's cast. Is something.
Everyone wants him to be Professor X and Denzel Washington to be Magneto.
They've,
Perfect.
They've said that, but I honestly I could maybe
I don't see them going old with those roles.
no
That's
like
what I'm-
honestly
go young.
with him I could see something more along the lines of like they've wanted to be like Doctor Doom-esque or something like for him, I think, because he's good as a villain. He's
Someone said Mads Mikkelsen for Doctor Doom.
He's already what's his
was you?
face. He's already what's his face in Doctor Strange. Too late.
Strange.
Yeah.
Sorry. Doctor
So it is.
So good. I love Mads.
So okay, if you had to sum up the draw of the original Roadhouse, like this is why beyond TNT turning it into a fucking meme.
Yeah.
Why would this stick in the craw of some people? What's the scene people are going back for the most? Do you think?
The throat
Throat
rip
rip.
out. I used to fuck guys like you in prison.
Yeah, throat rip. Fuck ass like you in prison. Yeah.
Well, just the fact that there's no logic between scenes. Like there's like wait, I'm gonna say this right now. It's not a good movie. Traditionally good. Is it fun? Oh fuck yes, it is.
it's pure 80s nostalgia.
Yeah,
like
if the
every-
80s could be distilled to one movie,
I
Yeah.
agree with that. Yeah.
like I said, you can smell the beer and cigarettes on this
like
movie.
every little 80s trope was in
It
it
absolutely
in
is in
some
that
way.
movie. That's why. Yeah, that's why I said to him, I was like, I would never use the word good to describe the original.
Entertaining.
It is fun and sometimes fun. That's why like when realizing shitty movies and
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, this movie's fucking great, and I'm like, it's got a 30. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Like,
It's-
push him down the
And that's
stairs.
why I would say it's better than the remake because this has more fun in it.
Oh,
The remake's got its moments, but there's more just traditional fun because like 65% of the original is just fight scenes.
Like you could boil it down to the exact minute when another scene
Every
would
5 to
start.
7
Yeah,
minutes,
like
another fight scene. I called them after the halfway point. I was like, "It's gonna be a fight scene right here, isn't there?" Yep, there they go.
I think the original is a fun movie. I think the remake's a fun movie, but like he said, traditional. I would say older time traditional, and I think that the new one is more of a modern entertainment.
yeah.
The way that it flows, the way that it moves. So I think in a
The plot
sense-
is more cohesive in the remake.
correct, and I think they both. That's why I love both of them so much.
Yeah.
They both appeal to exactly where they're supposed to appeal to.
yeah.
They
Yeah,
get
yeah.
what their audience is looking for.
Yeah.
in, and they're like, yeah, we're not gonna make a fuck ton of money at the movie theater because I think the original made like 30 million or something like that. I can't remember.
It did fine. It
It did fine. It like it made its budget, and I'm just like, man, that movie was probably, and that's why it being on TNT all the time is because the studio's banking all that money.
Yeah.
When they do
Well, actually, I
that.
take that back. It did really well. It budget
Did it do
15
really
million, box office 61.6 million.
61.
Did great. Did
Wow.
great.
Right, which is why it's pissing me off that this belt's pissing me off too. So it's got to come off.
Oh my
It's been
God.
pissing me off.
He's stripping
It's like,
underneath the camera.
I'm just
Tilt the
taking it
camera
off
down.
his mouth. Don't mind that.
I didn't know I was
This is
getting
for the
2
OnlyFans.
shows.
Jesus Christ.
That's on the OnlyFans.
Why is everything getting on my OnlyFans?
Like, how'd you get access to this? Don't ask. I've been adding stuff.
But yeah, go back to like cohesion with the original. Like the bad guy could just get a sniper rifle and shoot him from across the river, and the movie ends. The fact that the main hero and the main villain are just across a river. You could just shoot him, and
stupid.
the story's over.
I love that.
Like that was reminding me of the Robin Hood Men in Tights scene where he's
I'm on
like,
the left side.
on the other side. And it's just like it ain't that big a deal. He's like, it's the principle.
It's not the point. It's the principle. It's-
So it was just like that, just like
Yeah, who's gonna miss Dalton? Like, he just rolls into town, right? Who's
Yeah.
gonna miss him?
yeah, that's the point. He's a
hot
drifter.
guy that seems like the wind's always blowing around him. Smells like lilacs. Jim, you all right? Yeah, I'm fine.
Just thinking about Dalton.
Just you guys need me to go find Dalton for you? I can smell him from here.
He also seems to have an endless supply of cash to keep her fixing his fucking car.
Absolutely, me too.
Jesus Christ.
You don't have car fun?
I think
No,
he's-
because I live in America in 2024.
Oh,
I think he's secretly a gigolo. I think that's
right.
No, he's getting it's all that Chippendales money.
there you go. There you go. He's dancing on the side.
That's the thing.
Didn't he
I also
actually
watched
work
the
as a dancer
Chippendales
before he became an
documentary.
actor.
Oh, I don't know.
I swear he was.
The other one. Sorry, we're having our own conversation over here.
We're crossing too, because this is me pointing at Jesse, and that's me pointing off screen at Hope.
Oh gosh.
Oh man.
My defense for the remake
Yeah.
is that it feels like Crank Spring Break.
Oh my god.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
does.
I was getting some vibes
Fucking
of Crank.
fever dream. I
Yeah.
love it.
And specifically as the movie gets like more off the rails towards the
So
end, I
good.
was like, this just feels like a fun Crank movie.
Piano's
with
out of tune. I think it sounds great.
the one-liners,
So many.
I've been trying to figure out like exactly why I don't like the new Marvel humor and like what that means when people say that. And I think Marvel humor is super predictable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
80s one-liners, you cannot call them until this, like, I had no idea the piano line was coming until they throw him into a piano. And I'm not thinking about the piano
not either.
until they call attention to it. And now I'm like, that's fucking, like, I feel like that is a clever one-liner.
When we were watching
Or
for the
back and
first-
forth, or whatever
when
you
Yeah.
we
wanna
were
call
watching
it.
for the first time, the moment that line hits, my wife just goes like this. Looks at me, and she's like, and I'm just like this. It's so perfect. Didn't know it was coming. Loved it. No. My defense for the remake is that fuck you.
Oh, fair. Actually,
Oh, okay.
I'm changing my defense. It's that
Let's
one.
go,
That one.
Let's go fuck yourself. My defense for it is for a lot of remakes that we get nowadays. They're so disappointing, or they try to be too different, and they just don't work.
The soulless remake.
Yeah, and to get something that actually did feel like it had soul, and it actually felt like it was paying homage to Roadhouse and its source material.
How much of it was actually directed by Doug Lyman, though?
Yeah, how much of this was directed just by Jake Gyllenhaal?
What if,
yeah,
what-
that's the question
But
here.
what if Doug Lyman is just a huge fucking Roadhouse fan? This was like his dream job, and all of a sudden it like pops in, and he actually did direct this movie. Jake Gyllenhaal totally.
Every
fucking made
shot
this
is
movie.
like,
God damn it!
Every shot's bright and outside and well lit and just
so
like
good.
I'd argue the nighttime scenes, they have that gross orange sodium vapor lighting that
I
fucking
hate. I
hate.
don't blame you for hating that. It
Yeah.
I
doesn't-
hate that. I hate the nighttime scenes are too dark.
They're too dark.
Yeah.
Too dark. I hate that shit.
oh
Why does every movie have to look like this? I'm so sick of it.
the music cage
Oh,
I
yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
You know that
As
was
a
a bunch
new
of
fan of the
locals.
series,
So-
the music cage. I've played in bars like that where like there is a cage up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got a little sweet spot for you. You know who they hired for in that area? Florida bands.
Hell yeah.
So
That's
it
the
was a
one
bunch
big
of
positive
local
I would
folk.
give the remake is that they had an eclectic rotation.
Yeah,
of music.
instead of just the same 3 people
It was
every
awesome.
single night.
Yeah.
And I did call to that. I was like, this
Yep.
actually makes sense.
And it was
they
locals.
would rotate
Yeah.
it.
That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
It was locals, and that was like, I was like, that's not the fucking like that. That's kind of cool that you guys like paid that little respect. So
I did like that a lot.
yeah,
That was
that's why I said it. Like this remake, it's respect.
Yes.
It feels like there's respect, which we don't get with these remakes.
We'll see if that sticks into the sequel.
Oh
Yeah,
I feel,
yeah,
I feel
I'm
like
good.
the sequel's really gonna feel like Crank Senior Week.
I'm fucking ready, baby. Let's go. Crank it up.
I wonder if it's actually going to go to the original Roadhouse now in Missouri because the
That would
original
be
set in
fucking
Missouri.
cool.
What if that's actually where he goes now? as
Yeah.
the
What if
original?
this is like?
Although they already call like the shop that's next to the
Yes.
bookstore the Double
The
Deuce.
Double Deuce,
So you
yeah.
can't use that name anymore.
You can use that.
They just say it's rebranded. It's the same building or something.
You could make a joke about how like every town in America has a Wendy's and a McDonald's, and when he gets to this town in Missouri, it's like they have a Double Deuce and a fucking Roadhouse here. What?
I hope that what he does is he starts making callbacks to the fact that this feels very familiar.
Or
Yeah,
actually,
okay.
familiar,
if,
right?
if it's going to be Roadhouse 2, then there should be like a random place that's like Roadhouse and then 2. And they're
Yes,
like,
just
oh,
tongue and cheek
it's-
the shit
yeah.
out of it.
Roadhouse
Dude,
to
22 Jump
Roadhouse.
Street. 22 Jump Street, the shit out of this fucking.
Yeah.
This is the opportunity to make it the most 80s subtitle ever and call it Roadhouse 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Oh, great!
I think we're losing it.
Mike's brain just cracked in half. I watched it.
Brain go boom.
God damn it.
Look, our own little octagon. Yeah, I want to address
Conor
Jake.
McGregor.
I will address Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal, since the movie Life with Ryan Reynolds,
Yeah.
has been trying to be Ryan Reynolds.
He absolutely has.
Yeah.
And my take on the new Roadhouse is that he's just playing Ryan Reynolds. Like,
Yeah.
imagine, just drop. Not Ryan Reynolds as a character in any of his movies,
Ryan
just
Reynolds.
the
Ryan
guy.
Reynolds, yeah.
Drop him right into the movie. He makes perfect sense.
He's being snarky. He's being witty.
That's fucking good shit.
He's understating everything.
Love it.
Yeah.
So just imagine like showing up to set every day, being like, "Oh, I'm just going to do an impression of my best friend all day."
I love the gun conversation. Okay. I have a gun. Yeah. In your waistband.
Well, apparently Gyllenhaal's a huge dick. Apparently, I've heard reports that he's problematic on set. There was that. Did you guys hear about this movie? This Icelandic filmmaker was trying to make a film called Suddenly, and
Jake Gyllenhaal was totally sitting in to sabotage that fucking.
he
film.
was trying to sabotage it, and he totally did. And finally, the producer said, "Yeah, you're firing your original actors. You're going to make it in Swedish or something like that."
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So the I don't think Jake Gyllenhaal's an asshole. I think Jake Gyllenhaal got a fuck ton of money to go do it.
I was about to say, because before
Yeah.
that, I've heard nothing but good things about
I get the
Gyllenhaal.
feeling he was like, hey, we'll make this for you if you do this. And unlike Vin Diesel, who would just make it,
because he's a sellout.
I need to make a new Last Witch Hunter so I can pay for next.
Hey,
And here's like, dude, stop.
next Riddick's filming in August, man.
Couldn't think of the word fucking Riddick. Remember how good?
We're getting another one?
Yeah.
How many times can this man get
Do you
abandoned on a
remember
planet?
the original fucking movie, Pitch Black?
yeah,
Yeah.
we
How
literally just talked about it last
fucking
month.
great it is.
Yeah.
They made sequels and they all sucked. And none of them were in the concept of Pitch Black.
We covered Chronicles of Riddick on Film Rescue.
I
man.
love
God,
Pitch
we
Black,
did it.
man.
I
We
could
covered it
rescue-
with Jeremy, the asshole you hate.
Yeah.
You can rescue. Oh, he wants to rescue me instead of saying they're all good. Fuck you, Jeremy, bitch.
He's capable of saying what he doesn't
I
like
love
about a
Jeremy.
movie.
I love Jeremy is the only reason why I know what's going on with Zack Snyder because he keeps commenting on Snyder
You
playlists.
love starting fights.
Dude,
You gotta
I
give
think
up.
I think that is his pastime. Is just like dunking on Snyder Bros. So go look
Dude, even
shit up.
I've given up. I'm like, I don't have time for this shit.
I'm just like,
It's just an easy win for the
Fuels
day.
him.
there were so many times I think I said, "Can you please stop doing this?"
It's just making it
I'm
worse.
tired of seeing it on my feed.
I don't need this on my For You page.
Oh, God.
It's fucking great. No, I don't hate Jeremy. I
They-
love Jeremy.
th-
for
those
the most
those
part.
guys.
Rebel
don't know
Moon
what's
Part
coming.
1 and 2 coming to Patreon only Film Rescue.
I don't want to film rescue those. I want to drunk tank those two.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm right
Drunk
there
tank
with you.
Drunk tank's the better way to go.
I haven't
Yeah.
watched
Sure.
either, by the way, for a reason, because I've been wanting to pitch Drunk Tank for these
boy.
two movies.
Oh god.
First
Yeah.
reaction, Drunk Tank 2, motherfucker. Never seen this shit.
No thanks.
No.
I'm so scared.
I'll pay you $10 million.
God damn it. Oh god. Okay, so Conor McGregor, we need to address this.
Hell yeah.
Is he intentionally being bad?
Yeah, so he's playing his like MMA character.
His persona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, and
He's playing the notorious one.
Okay.
yeah.
Which is basically like the mascot for a Boston Athletics. Like he's just playing a.
Boston
Yeah.
Athletics. How dare you?
You know what I mean.
At least Southern New Hampshire.
He's an angry leprechaun.
All right.
No.
Is he short?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5'7".
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he's my height. Okay.
But don't get his left.
Yeah. Oh my God. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
again, like I loved it because again, I follow UFC. I've been following UFC for damn
Ever.
near the whole of its existence.
Shogun Ruan. all them
Yeah,
days.
like-
back when they used to fight not in weight classes.
Right. And you know, and again, I'd have to keep explaining these things to Jesse. I'm like, no, that's just his character. Okay, this is how he does this. This
Yeah.
is his the way he walks. That's his like to the ring walk. Like you know, and it's
It
again,
just looks so stupid. Just
that's the persona. He
The guy
does.
fucking
it's like a tree trunk, just like
the
shaking
guy
in the
jumped
wind.
out of a balcony naked with just his boots on with his cell phone in it, and then proceeded
forgot that was
to
his
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
proceeded to then steal
Here's
some.
the thing. Before I even knew it was anything, as soon as I saw like the jump, you didn't even see him like walk out. It was
knew
just
who it
like
was.
a jump. I was like, yeah, that
There
would
he
be
is.
Connor's entrance.
Yeah.
I was like, that is Connor's
That is
entrance.
Connor's entrance.
He probably was like, I won't do the movie unless this is what I
Yeah.
I need to be banging a chick and jump out a window.
Yeah, no, it's
That
it's
is-
X-rated James Bond. That's
Yeah, yeah.
exactly what it is.
And then he burns down the stall that he stole the check from the guy that was
Yeah.
outside of him for some fucking reason. And I went, Jesus Christ, this makes no sense. He's unhinged.
I will say the better intro though is when he crashes the car into the coconut tree and then he walks and he goes, "Where the fuck is everyone?"
It's so good. I love it. He's just so ridiculously evil. It's
I
so
think-
chaotic.
I think whoever was directing this movie, we can't land on
some of this clearly was Doug Liman, some of it wasn't.
whatever circumstances led to Conor McGregor showing up to rehearsals and going, "This is what I'm going to do," and whoever's running those rehearsals going, "Hell yeah, let's do it."
Don't
Because
beat
you
me.
can't expect more out of him, so let him just go the most out there that
Yeah.
he can, and that's easy slam dunk because it's like, yeah, you know how to play this character up, you know
Exactly.
how to like edge this along, and
he's just so good. I love it so much.
He brings the chaos. You don't know what the fuck he's gonna do.
Yeah.
And it's entertaining.
it's gleeful.
Yeah.
I like.
The thing that brought the chaos in the original was the monster truck because the monster truck's for Jesus.
That's right.
That whole sequence where they just destroy the car dealership, you could excise it from the movie and it doesn't change anything. It's there because
just
isn't
fucking
it
there.
fucking American to crush a bunch of cars?
Because
with a
monster truck.
It's
God
so
damn it.
fucking great.
Fuck is
We
your
had-
problem with the monster truck?
We had access to a monster truck. We got to use it somehow.
We paid 10 G's for this monster truck
What are
rental.
we gonna do with it?
Fucking just destroy other bullshit. Fuck at it.
It's on loan from Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
How dare you?
Again, you need a monster truck, and you're like,
in your '80s action film.
That's
Like,
right.
Hey, going back to Tango and Cash when they had the land mover and they have to run away from.
What if Danny McBride was the secret director, and that's why it actually?
what
was
if Danny
topic?
McBride played Wade?
Oh, that'd be perfect.
Right?
Listen, I've been on a Danny McBride comedic TV show.
You just
rewatch.
finished Vice Principals, didn't you?
Just finished Vice Principals. About to start Righteous Gemstone.
Righteous
Nice.
Gemstones is the best thing ever.
Oh,
God, that man is one gifted writer. I can't.
Not when it comes to the Exorcist movies. Let's never see that again.
Well, that's
That
David
was-
Gordon Green.
That's-
Yeah, that
No,
was
he was one of the writers on that
He
script.
was
Oh.
he was an editing writer.
Oh, he
Yeah,
just edited it.
no
Yeah.
say. Yeah, no say. in,
Okay, good. He
Yeah.
gets a pass then.
Oh, maybe he did the actor's pass. That's
okay.
so helpful on
He
a
probably
script.
did the actor's pass, which is why the actors are the only good thing in the fucking thing.
God,
Jesus,
they didn't let me
Christ.
be involved in the exorcism because of the patriarchy. Like what? No, it's a
fuck are you
priest
talking
exercising a
about?
demon. What the fuck's wrong with you?
I
So stupid, I hate like that movie.
I really strapped in to like it, but when the finale was giving me genuine religious trauma, I was like, I can't watch this.
How many religions do they need to exorcise that fucking demon? It was like 12.
It was like
Right.
12. I didn't even realize
Jesus
it was still 12.
Christ, man.
I was like, do we call it a Shintoist?
We got to
Let's get
believe in
Shintoism
all of
in
them,
here.
guys. We need the prayer Avengers.
Somebody call Captain Jew?
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it.
Captain Semite.
Go to your corner.
Get out.
I got it.
Get out. Get out.
Iron Buddha.
Iron Buddha.
This is giving me like flashbacks of Fairly Odd Parents, where all the villains were like titanium toenail,
Oh,
the
God.
bronze kneecap, the
Mr. Mennonite. There you go.
The Crimson Gin.
crimson chin.
Oh, God.
So we always ask, like, should you watch either or both of these movies?
Oh, both all the way.
Both.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. If
as
that's peace
Yes.
between us. Then
I would say
okay.
the original is the better, more fun movie, but the remake isn't bad. It's got
Watch 'em
moments.
both.
It's got stuff I
Watch
like.
'em
them.
both.
It's
Watch 'em
more. It's
both.
more. It's a matter of what you're looking for. If you're just looking to like just throw it on in the background, like if you can run it on a 24-hour loop, go on.
Yeah,
I'd
have
say
it alternate between the two.
have an
movies.
alternate between the two. That's fine.
You're great.
I would say
do
the
that.
remake it tries to have more of a through line to the story.
Yep.
Yeah, there's like more of a plot.
Yeah, I mean it's
Yeah.
also it's a longer film by about 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
but you don't really feel it. It's
No.
maybe a little bit in the beginning. It feels like okay, it's kind of
Yeah.
it's spinning its tires in mud. But once it gets going, it finally gets going. But I would say both are good. I mean, ignore the critics on this one. Definitely
Both,
ignore the
yeah.
critics. This is one where the critics are like, well, it's not a piece of cinema. Fuck you. This is fucking cinema. Fuck
Yeah.
off. Like,
That's right.
It's like we were talking about with Freddy Got Fingered is now in the Criterion edition. And they said, well, we have to acknowledge bad movies as well. And it's an epically bad movie.
That
It's
is-
funny as fuck, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's valid, though. I mean, that's a valid argument. Like we should.
It is a
be-
piece of history.
Like, yes, we are over here sticking our nose up and honoring the best, but there are bad movies that are entertaining as fuck to watch.
That's right.
We
Dude.
should totally be.
Velocipaster. Hello.
When is that
Yes.
sequel coming out?
Yes.
Oh, so
It should
they're
be in like a year.
Yeah, they finally got all the Kickstarter funding for the sequel, and they're
It's fucking coming.
yeah.
Iron Sky Criterion.
stupid.
When?
Oh, God. Jesus.
Is Iron Sky the Iron Sky's the second one, right?
Iron
No,
Sky's
that-
the first one, and then they made a sequel.
They
to
made a
it.
sequel
Yeah.
that's
They
also.
crowdfunded that sequel
Yeah,
too.
that
That
thing
was,
is,
Yeah.
this is not good.
it got across
Not
the
great.
finish line.
It
I was proud of
It
them.
was as bad as Starship Troopers 2.
It gave us the gif of Hitler on a T-Rex. In case you've ever seen that floating around the
So did
internet.
Kung Fury.
That's
so,
what it's-
you know. It's,
When can we put Starship Troopers 3 Marauder on Criterion Correction?
Oh,
Criterion Collection.
Mike, you're fucking fired. You know, just
We'll go Criterion.
Fast and the Furious and the Criterion. When?
Oh, God, no!
I'm sorry,
no,
I need
no.
two Fast, Two Furious in the Criterion Collection too. The dual set.
What? Not Tokyo Drift? Not that one? Okay.
That goes in Michael's personal collection.
Has anyone ever pointed out to you that Lil Bow Wow and Harry Styles have the same face?
They do.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Look at them side by side.
ahead.
They look exactly the same.
Gosh.
Perfect.
I'd watch the Harry Styles Tokyo Drift.
Let's get Harry Styles in the next Fast and Furious. He's going to be in Eternals too. Can't wait for that banger.
Seth really loves Eternals.
I'm
And
abandoning my team. I think I'm going to that side of the
I
table.
did too. He knows I like the Eternals, but I roll my eyes with Harry
I'm sure
Styles.
they'll clean up that thing in the ocean real soon, guys.
Do
Thank you, Marvel, for abandoning that plot line.
It doesn't make any sense.
What if they use it as the skeleton of like Genosha or something though?
No, Krakoa, the mutant island.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I can see
Boom.
it.
There, solved it. I solved a
He
problem.
solved it. You're
And
welcome.
Jake Gyllenhaal was in the MCU, and
Yeah.
he was also in Roadhouse.
Yeah.
So therefore, Roadhouse is a Marvel movie.
Boom. Roadhouse is Marvel movie confirmed.
Who would Conor McGregor play in the MCU?
Oh, wait, okay,
A
hold
real
on.
version of Crossbones.
Cannonball?
No.
Taskmaster.
Damn,
we already have a Taskmaster.
Who?
It's what's her face?
Olga.
Isn't
Olga
she dead?
Kurylenko.
Isn't she dead though?
No,
she's
she's
no
alive.
dead.
She was supposed to be on the Thunderbolts, and they
Yes.
cut her out of the movie.
Why would you cut Olga out? I'm gonna cut these motherfuckers out. This woman gets shafted in the worst of the Daniel Craig James Bond movies, and it's not their fault. It's because of the writer's strike.
It's
Yeah.
not their fault.
Yeah.
Not
The
her
writer's
fault.
strike fucked them. and it's not her fault. And she was amazing. And then she is really fucking good as Taskmaster. I thought I was gonna hate it, but like, I was like, oh, did we have to have her be so weak that a chip gave her powers? Or is this movie sexist? That was me, and then I went, yeah, but she's so badass in this role. I don't give a fuck anymore.
Well, that movie, they did make hysterectomy jokes, so there's that.
They did make.
Jesus
Well,
Christ.
I mean, that was true though.
But they portray it in a way where it's funny. We're trying to, at least.
Hysterectomies are funny.
Don't claim that one.
That's
Don't
so
do it.
weird.
Don't
Like,
do it.
yeah. Now
I'm
flashbacks.
watching you.
That's
I'm having flashbacks, and I'm like, "Holy
She's
shit, he's
watching
right!"
you right now,
I'm like
dude.
replaying the movie in my head, going, "Oh my god, yeah, there are."
yeah.
Wait a minute. God, I forgot about those.
Yeah.
Oh, those are awful.
Black Widow ain't good.
How dare you say that?
I want to see Conor McGregor's like man spider or something.
Oh, fuck you.
Just if he's already gonna walk around like this, just put his arms underneath of it.
If he was taller, I'd say Juggernaut, but
No, you know what?
Bullseye.
It's not Marvel, but I could
We already
see
have
him as
Bullseye.
the Tick.
Not anymore. He's dead.
I could see.
Oh, dude, he'd be a great Tick. Do I do
Yes.
like who was the new Tick?
Which one?
The TV show.
Patrick Wahlberg, wasn't it?
No,
No,
that
that
was-
was
that
the
was the previous
original.
one.
Says
Yeah.
him.
I can't remember the guy's name, and he's
I can see the
it's-
actor's face in my
amazing.
head.
He's in Guardians. He has the
Fucking-
silky voice.
Fuck, what's his name?
He's so funny.
They're the Guardians.
Love him.
Roadhouse 2. What do we need out of it? What's the wish list?
Send him to the old Roadhouse. It's in Missouri.
I'm actually kind of into that. I like that idea.
Okay, okay.
That'd be funny.
I like playing on the meta. of
It's
it being
all
a sequel.
closed down, and it's the old owner is still there.
That's great.
What if like it got taken over by like alt-right assholes
Peter
and they gotta
Serafinowicz.
beat them out of
Peter
town?
Serafinowicz. That's
It's
his
just-
name.
Peter
I
Serafinowicz.
love that
That's,
dude.
that's just green room, dude. There you go. That's what do we do next? Yeah, he goes into town and it's run by Nazis, and he has to kick the shit out of the Nazis.
I'm in. Sounds great. And he's gonna meta talk about how stupid they are.
Yeah, yeah. It's just all he says is Nazis are bad for business.
Pull that.
did.
There's a scene in Garth Ennis' Preacher, the comic, where it's a bunch of white supremacists that start attacking him and his crew. He's like, "Why is it all the people that claim to be part of the master race look like you pieces of shit? And where the fuck is your chin?" And it's this guy that has his chin like,
Oh no!
Oh,
"Where the fuck is your chin?"
Am I not totally enough for the Turtle Club?
Master of
That's the
Disguise.
criteria.
Announcement crew: a plane has hit the Pentagon.
Holy shit! That movie is so fucking bad.
We're gonna take a minute of silence and then get back to work.
I'm actively going, Dana Carvey. No.
No,
I did that
God,
more
no.
than I did watching the Dana Carvey show. Oh.
Oh,
I should watch that documentary about the Dana Carvey show.
Are we staying for work today? Another plane hit a tower. No, we're leaving.
no, we're not really.
Sweet. A half day. That's what I said when I left.
Hey, I got to school early.
That's what I said. I walked out of school and I said, sweet, half day. And then I started riding my bike and I met a friend. He's like, I'm going to enlist. And I'm
Did
like,
they wheel a TV out into your room, or did you have to find out
ironically,
slowly?
thank you for
No,
asking,
the
Seth.
teacher pulled out the laptop and we were watching a live feed.
I was in
Oh,
physical
wow.
education class and walked by notorious big mouth liar pants Kyle Lewis. Shout out Kyle.
His name's Kyle.
It's such a generic name. I can totally get away with saying it.
Is this a shout out or a call out?
But no.
Yes.
And he was like, a plane hit the tower, and I was like, shut up. And then I walked into American history class, and it was on the TV, and I sat there and I went, people in the buildings? I hope there's no people in them buildings. Because I was like 14. I was like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is going on? That's fucking crazy. It was
I
good
was
shit,
at
though.
home.
Oh, because you were 5.
No, because I was homeschooled.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah. I think it was Price is Right that got interrupted with,
Yes,
with the
yeah.
broadcast.
No, just because between me and my mom, we had this thing, like, I had my, like, lunch break or something, my lunch break at, like, for Price is Right, and then she would get hers when Days of Our Lives was on, and then so that was her break from teaching me, was watching
Gotta
Days of
catch
Our
my
Lives.
programs.
I take a nap during them programs.
And then it was like between one of their two times or whatever, like the TV was on, and so I was like, Huh. Well, that's new. Like,
Hey, Mom, we're Twin Towers. New York. They're gone.
it's like,
It's the same thing on every channel.
What?
Mom, that history book's out of date now.
Remember that movie we were watching, Twin Tower? They're not getting no more.
Yep.
That's
Salute Spider-Man 1.
Oh, that old teaser trailer.
They were drawn in X-Men 97, and I was like,
yeah. It fucked
that's
me
not
up.
supposed
that
to
felt
be
weird.
there.
Oh man, I forgot about this. Like I watched Wall Street recently. Don't ask me why.
Why?
And it's like a big shot of the World Trade Center. And I went, oh yeah, I forgot about you.
Yeah, you were there. Now you're not.
Oh yeah.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing about the new generations. We don't want to, or the current generation doesn't want sex in movies, and we can make jokes about 9/11, and it's funny now.
I like this new future.
I'm into this. That's
Nothing's
fine.
off
While
limits.
we're talking about 9/11 and boner jokes,
This podcast brought to you by House of Dragons.
God.
not an endorsement.
So Roadhouse. Getting back to this.
Talking about a Prime movie.
What a double feature.
Yeah.
Thanks for this one.
Yeah, of course. And I figured we needed to touch it to somebody. This is a request from you.
Yeah, it was my request.
Hell yeah.
I was like, I need to talk about this one.
I didn't hate the remake. It's good.
I didn't
It's
either.
good.
Yeah.
It just takes a little while to get going.
I was really expecting to hate it because of how much I love the original.
I like
One
that
thing I
it's-
don't like, one thing I absolutely hated, the excessive use of CGI in the end fight on the boat. You can clearly tell
Oh
a lot
yeah,
of
there are
it-
some
a lot of it's green screen.
jerky, wild shots in there.
Yeah, that I don't care for.
totally ran out of time.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh, I
totally
bet.
a scheduling thing right there.
Although,
you know it.
also, what was really bad
Oh no,
was
it's
when the
reshoots because
truck-
Doug Lyman got fired or something.
or I was about to say it was really bad with when like the truck like fell over and like.
Oh,
exploded.
yeah.
I was like, oh.
By the way, that sequence where he almost gets hit by the truck and goes over the bridge, he goes back and that same guy is in his boat. You could have just not had the truck sequence,
Yeah.
and the guy's there
You
anyways.
could have just taken away the truck sequence. It's hilarious. I'm like, this, the fuck. Also, his girlfriend was in the car. Where'd she go?
Where'd she go?
It's an 80s remake. Stuff has to happen.
Yeah, and somehow he beat him there to his
That
house.
motherfucker's slow.
Is he slow? No.
Seemed like it. If it took him that long to get home.
I was quoting Baby Driver. Is he slow?
Or
No.
you're supposed? You sure you want to quote Baby Driver with Ansel Elgort and Kevin Spacey?
Stop hurting me. Stop hurting me.
Two of the most problematic people.
Have you seen Spacey's like crawling around the internet looking for work? He's like talking about how cheap he is to work with right
my
now.
God.
Well,
He paid Variety $10,000 to do like a puff piece on him that has been epically failing.
Yeah. Apparently he jerked off watching the Normandy landing sequence in Saving Private Ryan.
What?
Yeah,
I don't know, but
that was a
apparently
thing.
there's this
Apparently
new-
that
Are
was
we
a
just
thing.
talking about Rod Stewart once had his stomach pumped because of all the cum he ate? It's like, what the fuck are we talking about?
There's like that new documentary on HBO now.
Yeah, I
I think
wanna watch
about
that. Yeah.
Spacey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey,
These are-
hey, whose fault is this?
In my head, Baby Driver now has Tig Notaro and Harry Styles, and it's just as good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like your Baby Driver.
But can't you imagine Tig Notaro going, "Stop using Monsters quotes on me. They're not going to work anymore. Monsters Inc. quotes on me." I can just see her saying it.
Oh my gosh.
Was he slow?
It should have been Michael Keaton and not Kevin Spacey. That would have made them.
Oh,
so
that's
much
hot.
better.
Actually, that's hot.
It was so much better.
That's
Very into Mark Wahlberg.
less hot, but I'll take it.
And more into Jesus.
I just can't imagine Wahlberg working with that director.
Edgar Wright?
Edgar Wright. I just can't imagine them
don't
working
see
together.
Edgar liking his sense of humor. It's too slow.
I can't. He's such an editor's director, and Wahlberg is like very much like I need to be in every shot. At like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
True scene.
yeah,
I just don't see that either.
yeah. Not my pairing.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing up Baby Driver and how much it hurts me. That's why Scott Pilgrim's Edgar Wright's best movie. That's right.
No one
gonna
problematic in that
fucking-
cast.
Ain't no one gonna argue with that. Nope.
Roadhouse.
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 I love
You got to do it as Peter Griffin. Roadhouse.
He's house.
it.
they got the actual Hugh Laurie to show up and do that line too. I love that.
Hugh Laurie probably was just like, yeah, sure, what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
Give a
You're
shit.
not making fun of me? Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm in.
All right, so yeah, 2 good showings. Yeah, this was fun.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Go
So-
watch Gods of Egypt.
Well, the next movie.
No.
It's your triple.
Next movie we're doing. One is we were talking about this earlier. Get Carter. Yeah. Let's just say it right now, the remake is awful, and we
remake
need to
made
go
me go
into
watch
why.
The remake made me go watch the original because I was like, "Is
It's
this
so
this
good.
bad?" I went, "The fuck? This is a complete different movie."
I've not seen either. This is gonna be fresh for me.
Oh, dude, you're gonna
British
love...
crime. British crime is a very.
Oh, I
very,
like British
You're gonna
crime.
Well,
love the original.
it's
Layer
70
cake, I dig.
70s British crime. It's very grim and mean spirited.
You'll like the original Get Carter. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so fucking.
You can
good.
tell that's where Matthew Vaughn and Guy Ritchie
Yes.
got their inspiration. You can see,
it's
like, yeah, this is
written
proto.
all over
This is
it.
proto Guy Ritchie,
That's
proto
cool.
Matt Vaughn. You can feel it.
Love
Yeah.
it.
That's cool.
Before
Vaughn's
Matt Vaughn
great.
became a sellout. So
What do you do?
you didn't see Argyle, did you?
I haven't. Argyle. I didn't know this movie.
The
existed.
Secret Kingsman movie because he needed to give Mark Millar another paycheck.
I'm gonna predict something in Argyle because I saw a trailer. Is Agent Argyle actually Henry Cavill, but he's a fucking giant nerd?
He's in a Roadhouse character at the end of that movie.
He's a Roadhouse guy.
Hell yeah!
Very
he's-
last shot is him with a
oh,
mullet.
shit.
He's the new villain in Roadhouse 2.
Hell
That
yeah.
wraps it up.
I've been-
I'll spoil this for you. It's a Secret Kingsman movie because
Which
I gotta watch it.
how did they get away with that? Like, genuine question.
Mark Millar needed another paycheck because people have realized in the last couple of years Mark Millar is not a great person. He's
No.
kind of an asshole.
I mean, in that, how did he convince the studio to not run with the known IP as like the push
Because it is a book.
for marketing?
Because the previous Kingsman movie was The King's Man, which didn't make many money.
Wow, but it's got that.
It made money.
Rasputin
$80,000.
scene.
Thanks,
I'm not
COVID.
recommending the movie. I am recommending everyone look up the Rasputin fight.
Yeah.
It's a great
Yeah.
fight.
Oh my god.
Matthew Vaughn can
It's
do
just the
fights.
rest of the movie surrounding it's dog shit.
Yeah.
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 Even what's his name?
Hitler.
Not Hitler.
He's in there.
He's in there. Yes. But what's
He's supposed
what's
to be
the
the
guy-
villain for the King's Man too.
What's the guy's? Oh god, what the hell's his name?
Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah, Raphael. Yeah, even he can't save it. Even he can't.
He tried his damnedest.
He
to save
tried.
that fucking
He just
movie.
couldn't do it.
Honestly, he showed out really well as what an old Indiana Jones should
You
be.
know what's funny?
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
why
more than
I
the actual
saw.
Indiana Jones that we had. The
You know
next
why I
film
saw
rescue
the
coming
King's
soon.
Man?
Right.
You know why I saw the King's Man? Ralph Fiennes.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Were you let down?
No, I still fucking enjoyed the King's Man. You can ask him. I love all three of those fucking movies.
God damn it.
It's we did Prayer Avengers. That movie is World War II Avengers.
World War II Avengers.
Mr.
Yeah.
Mennonite combined with who else did we come up with?
Oh my god.
I can't say
Iron
mine.
Buddha.
Iron Buddha.
Iron Buddha's really good. I
Yeah,
really like that one.
yeah.
Oh god, Jesus Christ.
Crimson Protestant.
That's it. That's it. We're done. That's it. I'm not saying anymore. Good night. Jeez. Bye. We want to do the Madam Web film rescue.
Jesus Christ. Have you watched it yet?
No, God, no.
I don't want to film. I don't want to rescue it. I don't want to fucking make it, mate.
Seth says he has an
You're
idea.
making no fucking movie about Madam fucking Web, some nobody old twat who just sees the future and doesn't tell any fucking body. Well, fuck that bitch.
You want to know why I have a pitch for it? Do you want my like inside track?
Why?
I can make it early edition.
Oh, shut
God
the
damn
fuck up.
it.
Shut the fuck up.
Sitting in the theater, I was like, why does this remind me of the plot of the early edition show?
Oh,
And
fuck
why would I
you.
rather
Let's
be-
just start. Oh,
I've started rolling. We don't have the clap sync. The show's yours.
fuck you. Oh, my God. Jesus fucking Christ.
The best part about seeing Madam Web was we were at the Space Needle.
It was a scenic place to see it.
Nothing to do with the fucking movie.
At least the theater's nice.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful IMAX.
It was
Yeah.
a beautiful place.